We're not accountants, so you have to be very careful in today's day and age about giving tax advice, but I think that our clients are asking a lot of the tax ramifications of not just their investment portfolio, but their estates in general. So you have to have a good working knowledge. I think you also need to have good relationships with estate planning attorneys and accountants and CPAs. I think it's vitally important to be able to get second opinions, and a lot of our clients don't necessarily love the advisors that they have in that area. So sometimes it actually winds up being a referral source where we're able to refer our clients to a lot of these professionals. For our high net worth clientele, the expectation is that you're looking at the tax ramifications of the investment portfolio. We always like to tell our clients it isn't just about asset allocation. Really, especially in high tax states, it's about asset location and really focusing in on where are the asset classes that tend to generate the most taxable income or taxable gains, and when that happens, make sure they're in qualified plans, IRAs, 401ks, and then using the proper type of fixed income to make sure that if they're in a high tax state, maybe a municipal bond portfolio makes sense for part of the asset allocation. You have to be very careful when you're giving advice about estate planning and you're not an estate tax attorney. Just because there are so many nuances to it. I think the most important thing for advisors is to just recognize that there's a problem. So I think that's part of the solution. If you can recognize there's a problem and then you know where to get the solution for that problem, that really gets you about 90% of the way there. I think our clientele is now expecting that we know something about estate tax strategies. So whether you're using certain types of trusts or gifting capabilities, I think, and even life insurance is a perfect example, they're expecting us to know or to be able to talk 15 minutes intelligently on any given topic before we hand it off to the pros. Money Smart Kids was a brainchild that we had when we started to have our own kids in our practice as advisors. We were talking one day about we were either living in the city or in the suburbs of Connecticut, and we were starting to realize that our kids were going to have a different experience around money than we personally had. I can remember talking with one of my partners and saying that it was very easy for our parents because the answer was no, because there was no money. And we quickly found out that if we were to have any money, we needed to figure it out ourselves. Our particular clientele doesn't enjoy that ability to say no with a straight face, that would be. So their kids sometimes think that an airplane is 5 rows and a curtain, that everyone has a 3-car garage bay, and they live in affluent areas with Mercedes and BMWs, and that money doesn't grow on trees. And that's a really tough concept to teach. And if you think about it, parents are really in the driver's seat to be able to give those golden nuggets when situations arise, because they happen most of the time in their house. So it's very important that our clients really put teaching their kids about money and developing financial literacy in the forefront of their minds, because otherwise they're going to have problems later on.